Hey folks, so today we got a nod mirror matchup between rootbie playing as the gold nod and searching for opponent playing as the blue nod. This map taking place on Quarry. Traditionally, nod players in the mirror matchup on this particular map will go down along the sides. The gold player along this side, blue player likely to go along this side. Traditionally, we'll see both players likely to get their fourth ref somewhere here in the middle, with two refs in the back, one in the front, and similar on this side, you get two refs in the back, one in the front, and then you tend to crawl two refs on this side, two refs on this side. Let's see what the players get up to. rootbie here, starting with a couple of minigunners for scouts, mixing in two flamers. Meanwhile, on searching side, we got 1, 2, 3 minigunners, so slightly less minigunners, a little bit more heavy on the flamers. Flamer is useful for anti-scouting, they are of course faster. We're seeing rootbie here now catching up on the flamer count. Looks like rootbie's opted to go for 2 ref in the back. Meanwhile, we see here searching is going for 2 ref in the back as well. Neither player opting to use the silo or power plant. Traditionally you might see players place one around here to get their refs closer to the debris ring. In this case, both players opting to just go straight with the refs. This will give them a quicker access to their first airstrip, which tends to be what nod players would get at this point. 3 refs in, you get your strip as part of the crawl here. And similar here for rootbie, I'd expect to see a strip coming down around here. In terms of vision so far, we can see searching has okay vision. rootbie's got much better. He has great vision in terms of all these different choke points. Whereas searching is a little more limited. Doesn't quite see what's going on in the bottom left, which is important vision to have for the mid to late game. See at what point your opponent makes it all the way down to the bottom left corner of the map.
Construction options.
We've seen strip down here for searching first.
Power.
Also down for rootbie now. Both players in very similar situations. Power plant here. It actually looks like searching is going for something a little bit more unusual. Rather than crawling up, which you would expect, he's opted to go down and take the bottom center tip field. You'll see GDI players do this a lot. It tends to be way more favorable for GDI because they need the extra eco. You can get like 2, 3 refs maybe at a push on this field, and then you're up to 6 already. But in the nod v nod mirror matchup, there's not really a huge benefit towards doing this. So curious what searching's mentality behind this particular build is. I have seen Vicious try to do this a bunch of times as well. I see very little value to it, to be honest, in a nod v nod matchup. But we'll see how this plays out for both players. The thing that this will end up forcing is a conflict here in the bottom left tip field, so whoever takes control of that first is likely to win, unless rootbie decides to actually crawl towards the top center tip field, in which case then it's anybody's game. rootbie putting in a lot of pressure here. Just managed to get his 5th ref up. Seeing a nice turret here for searching. He's going to use it to reinforce the bottom center. Meanwhile, we see along the left hand side here, rootbie is continuing his crawl down towards the bottom left. Searching hasn't built a structure in a while. Actually, I think he's switching tact. So this actually weakens this build quite a bit. It defeats the whole purpose, I would argue, of going down here and getting the early eco if you're not going to crawl down to the bottom left. So at this point he's now splitting it and he's going up towards the top right. Meanwhile, rootbie's going to be able to crawl all the way to the bottom left at this stage, pretty much uncontested. Like, this is up for free grabs. Nothing's happening. Let's see how it plays out. Alright, searching's now moving a couple of units down here, but rootbie's already got a ref down. We want to be getting a hand and nod down here with a flamer pretty quick. Meanwhile, we see searching secured the ref over here. This is going completely undefended. This is poor for rootbie. We would expect him to have better awareness, be able to hold us off. Losing the ref. That's a big win for searching. Searching now up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 refs. Meanwhile, rootbie's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 refs, just lost his 7th. And is losing his crawl heavily here. Not quite sure what rootbie's up to at the moment. He hasn't seemed to build a structure in a while, possibly going for his 2nd airstrip. And down it goes. He's put it quite far forward in his positioning, but he's brought back his bikes to help deal with it. And meanwhile, we see Searching has gotten his second strip down as well. He's positioned it up here. Searching continuing his crawl. rootbie seemed to have stopped his crawl after getting that second airstrip down. Although it looks like he might be trying to rebuild back to the bottom left. Ideally at this point, you want to be careful doing this. He's lost his rep down here once before. He might want to reconsider crawling up towards the top instead. We'll see how it works out. They're Searching continuing his crawl, getting another ref up. Losing units on rootbie's end here needlessly. Seeing Searching continue to crawl towards the top right. Meanwhile, rootbie's very slowly trying to get this ref back up, but he's going to lose it straight away. He's not putting his units here first to defend this, and it's costing him heavily. He's also getting this ref for free. This is poor from rootbie. Would expect better from him. I've seen him play better. Down goes the ref for the second time. Now he gets the hand and nod. It's a bit too little too late. Lost the ref here as well, so that's 3 refs that rootbie's lost. Using the power as well. Searching gonna happily pull back. Still continuing to expand. Is it good? At this point, rootbie has to do something amazing to come back. Like, just look at the number of units already on the field for Searching, as well as his map control. He's got control all the way up to here, and he's also got control up to here. You know, rootbie is still trying to get here, but it's taking him a lifetime. I don't know why rootbie didn't opt to switch and decide to tech up towards the top. Would have been the better move in my opinion. He's Searching getting his 2 refs to the top right. Totally uncontested, no problem for him. rootbie might want to be able to push in with these units to the top right. And take back these 2 refs to try and even the playing field, but we'll see if he manages that. In he goes. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, Searching is taking the bottom left for a 3rd time, 4th time this match. Again, this ref going down. We are seeing Searching put down a turret here to help reinforce against all the buggies. Losing that ref for a 3rd time. Shame on rootbie. Manages to get 1 ref, pulls out. That's not too bad. But he still lost this ref 2 more times and this ref another time, so Searching is still very much ahead here. That said though, even though economically speaking Searching is in a much better position after having all those ref snipes, you can see in the kill count that it's only about 16 units in the difference, but it's actually in rootbie's favor, so rootbie's getting much better trades, whereas Searching is getting the better structure snipes. Here we're seeing an engagement. Buggies v buggies, as you might expect in a nod mirror matchup. Quite often players seem to be wondering, oh well, why don't you mix in some bikes? They can be quite helpful, but primarily when you're against structures or if your opponent has a couple of light tanks in the mix. In a situation like this, where it's buggies versus buggies, you just gotta be very careful about controlling these full chokes on Quarry. If you can take control of the full length of this, then you're in a very good position. Meanwhile, Searching's just running past these units, like, alright, screw this. He's going straight in for the refs. Interestingly though, these refs hold little value at this stage of the game because there's absolutely no tip on that side field for rootbie. So by killing these, getting it with the harvester is a bigger deal. You'll get the full value of your snipe, but just getting the structures on their own is not really worthwhile. Managed to get a snipe here. rootbie again, not able to keep his units. Did get a snipe here again, so 2nd time. Both players consistently losing refs in the top left and bottom right sections of the map. Attacking into a production facility like this with buggies is kind of a waste of units from Searching here. rootbie's going to be able to defend this easily enough. Might not even use the power plant here. He's not going to. A couple turrets down here for rootbie. He's starting to learn. He's going to be able to hold it off a lot easier. Bunch of minigunners in the mix now for Searching. Has managed to snipe the power plant. That's rough going. We're pointing out at this point in the game, both players still have access to their conyards, so nobody's all in just yet. But Searching's gone in for the airstrip snipe here. I managed to get it with just buggies. That's pretty rough. At this point, rootbie's not going to be able to keep up with the buggy production speed of searching. And if you look at the map on its own, you can see the pure numbers advantage that searching has here. All due to his extra eco, not losing refineries, and just consistently being on top of his game. And now searching is pushing in. The last ditch turret to defend. It's not going to be enough against all this though. And I'm afraid that's going to be GG. Once you lose the Conyard. No restoring the refineries, no ability to sell to go all in, especially when you only have one strip. And the strip's also going down here. rootbie's having a bad day. Ultimately, what cost him this game was coming down here, not defending his refineries, not opting to switch up towards the top when he kept losing map control down here. Meanwhile, Searching was able to quite easily move towards the bottom midfield, pretty much uncontested, and then switch crawl towards the top right. Ideally, pushing in here would have been more favourable move than going towards the top right at the time, but at the same reasoning, it seemed to work out for him. He was able to keep his units here and just basically let rootbie sacrifice his units and refineries when he was trying to get the eco expansion. But yeah, GG's, well played, Searching. Well played.